Okay, we're here with Claudette. How are you, Claudette?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Thank.
I'm all better now.
Why don't you tell us a little bit of, I guess, how we met and then what we did and how you got stressed out tremendously despite having your daughter being in the construction field for 20 years.
Exactly. And trying to explain what you were explaining clearly to me. I understood it, but I wasn't trusting it.
Yeah.
And I was afraid and worried, especially about the AOB. That was my biggest concern. And my insurance company had, or just previously sent a letter out about not signing AOBs and the reasons why. But your form was really clear, and it was you showed it was an option. Didn't have to sign it, that kind of thing. You were upfront with it, where it wasn't buried in small print somewhere, and it was a simple sentencing. It was simple lines, simple, clean. It read and made sense to me. But I was wary because of the information insurance companies send when they send you your policy.
Right.
So I was wary about it, and I didn't really want to sign it. And then I had checked your company out and checked, you made sure you were licensed and insured and all the normal things. And then I was still hesitating, and my daughter explaining, with you explaining that it would be okay to sign this, and it was a good idea because it takes the burden off of me of having to be the in-between, basically the third party in the middle of this. So I was concerned about it still, but I did sign it, and I didn't sleep that night at all.
Right.
I was so worried. And then the next day, the what is his title? He is the examiner.
Oh, you
he was the examiner
okay.
who I spoke to. They called me, and they knew I had signed the AOB at that point. And then they said, and I told them I was concerned. I didn't know if I did the right thing. I knew the insurance companies don't usually like it, but I didn't know what he would think as the insurance examiner from the insurance company. And he said, I'm familiar with the company. They had do good work. There's no issues, no problems. Don't worry about it. You did the right thing. It's a good company. So I was so relieved. I could feel tons of weight lifted off my shoulders, and I am totally happy and pleased. You guys are great. Your communication is great.
Thank you so much.
So I really appreciate that a lot. You knew I was a nervous Nelly about this, but I feel much better about it, especially after talking to the insurance company. If anybody was going to tell me I did the wrong thing, it would have been them.
Right.
So they were happy with your company and happy with working with you. So I'm pleased as the homeowner having to wait, and now you have to deal with it all.
Right. Well, and I tell you,
me what I have to do.
with your daughter Heather being 20 years in construction,
Yeah,
multiple
that helped a
humongous
whole lot.
projects, it's nice that because she was here and her advice was, Mom, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you were able to get that affirmation from your insurance company, because at the end,
it's my kid,
Yeah.
so I knew she knew her stuff. I knew she got 100% of her contract law for construction. So I knew she was telling me the right thing, but it was like she's still my kid. So it's like, oh, I don't know. Do I trust
Sure.
what she knows? And she did. She was accurate. She was right all the way when I read everything else and thought about it. And then the conversation with
Wonderful.
the insurance company direct. Fine. Just can't wait to get the roof.
Wonderful.
Good. So thank you, being the way you are.
Thank you
for being open and honest, explaining everything to me, the pitfalls, the good part, and thank you.
What advice would you give a homeowner if they were in your situation?
Say sign it with this company. I don't know about other companies. You definitely want to do your research first, but with this company, no problem at all. I wouldn't hesitate. I would definitely not lose a night's sleep over it again, that's for sure. So yeah, it's a good way to go.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Claudette.
you.
We appreciate your sincerity and sharing that with other homeowners, because obviously, it is a big deal, and we like to know that, at least with the relationships we have with the insurance companies, that they are working in that context, that we are trying to do right by the homeowner and work with them,
Right.
not just steamroll through and do
Exactly.
sloppy work.
Yep, exactly. And I got that impression that that's not what you do, just based on what he said to me on the phone from the insurance company direct. So that was pretty good.
Wonderful.
That was a good testimony from him. That was great. So thank you. And it put me at ease. Although I told you I trusted you from day one, but that was that
Trust but verified,
one
yes.
thing, one thing.
Sure.
I was worried, and that's only because of the stuff they sent. And then, by the way, I reread the AOB again, and I saw things that are the way you talked about it and the way you explained things. I saw it clearly after that. Before
Wonderful.
I would read it, and it always came out this way, but there was a lot of ends, ifs, maybe this could happen, maybe that could happen, that kind of thing that they put in there. So I'm sure there's other places to worry about, but not your place.
Well, thank you
So
very
thank
much,
you for
Claudette.
that.
We sincerely appreciate that.
Thank you. You guys are great.